He's flipping in and out of a kind of consciousness or between consciousness. This was covered in a way that was inherently subjective and put you in Mark's shoes. We needed to have it feel very different and unique because this was just beginning to happen to Mark, and we needed to see him experience it and feel it as though it was happening for the first time. This whole concept is a real credit to the director, Uta Breitswitz, who I think she's a director who's incredibly visual and nimble in terms of coming up with great visual ideas in the spur of the moment. It's like second nature to her, but she is deeply committed to the character's point of view and how they are feeling in a particular scene or episode. And this is a great example of where her intuition as a director, she shot a lot of basically mirrored setups, mini setups in both locations, lining them up as best as possible. But really had no understanding of how it might all come together, but that this was covered in a way that was inherently subjective and put you in Mark's shoes, because the key difference from the fritzing, which is what we called it in post, that happens in season 1 to PD is that where PD's losing touch with reality. He's slipping in and out of a kind of consciousness or between consciousness, and this is something that's kind of bombarding him and that he's been experiencing. We needed to have it feel very different and unique because this was just beginning to happen to Mark, and we needed to see him experience it and feel it very much in his shoes as though it was happening for the first time. Even though we have similar scenes earlier in the season, this was the first time it was shot. And so there was a real kind of inventive feeling behind the editing of this sequence and a freedom to come up with a visual style and feeling with all of this footage, but it felt like new frontiers, which was really exciting editorially. But like having that moment where Mark finds himself in innie Mark finds himself in outie Mark's apartment and just stepping back for a beat to let the moment land in the wide shot and just feel his presence in that space before shifting back into the fritzing really gave it a shape that wasn't just this kind of wall of noise and activity. It was this experience that this guy was having that then we fell back into kind of the fun of the fast cutting and the moving between scenes. It was amazing. And there was some small shifting in post and whatnot, but most of the feeling of what's happening in that sequence is in camera and straight editing. There's a surprisingly small amount of digital work.
Mark, you okay?